Hi everyone, my name is Aiden. I'm currently 14 years old, closer to 15 actually. But the reason for this video is because I've recently started my SMMA journeys, which is actually stand for Social Media Marketing Agency. And so kind of what me and my friends kind of wanted to do was be a little more like Iman Ghazi in kind of how throughout the years he's kind of documented his journey. And so what I'll be doing today is kind of just talking about my experience in SMMA for the past 2 months. I mean, some people say that we shouldn't be documenting just because like it takes time and we could be putting our time towards other stuff. But in reality, we still have those little habits and things that we should be cutting out that we really don't yet. And that's something I'm still trying to push forward to. But yeah, don't mind my hair, my clothes. It's Lunar New Year's, but I'm taking advantage of the free time that I have right now because later in the week I might not have that and I want to put more time into my agency. So, don't expect too many fancy edits. I am also a thumbnail designer, but I don't think I'm going to put too much effort into that at the moment. But yeah, to start, late November, me and my friend Peter, we were talking about starting an agency. It was kind of just something we wanted to discuss, and then eventually it became a thing. So we started it in December. And so what we did then was we started outreaching. We started watching a bunch of YouTube tutorials, learning from people like Charlie Morgan, Joel Kaplan, Thomas Gannett. So we got brought into the SMMA space. And so what we started to do was we just created a name, a brand, a logo for ourselves. And then I think one of our mistakes was we just started thinking about too much about how everything was going to work. We even started like writing the entire full onboarding process before we even had our first sales call. And so, I might have some images up here, but we would just basically after school, we would go to a library. And then what we do is just sit on the steps, cold calling local businesses, testing out these scripts. And like at this point, and I'm still at this point, we're just so entrepreneur, right? So we were just using other people's scripts and seeing how they would work. Everyone's just copy and paste. But, after calling a bunch of times on Google and just calling like hundreds of businesses a day, like collectively, we would get like 10 owners to pick up. Of course, we watched Thomas Gannett. We tried med spa niche, which we eventually moved on to solar because we were just deciding between the two. But, after calling so many businesses and not being able to reach the owners, we decided it's like there's something wrong with our outreach system. Cold calling, Google Maps, everyone's doing it. Thomas Gannett is blowing up, so everyone's joining the SMMA space. So what we decided to do then was like I had this idea if we just switched over to a different like platform to outreach on. So yeah, like I know some people already call on that platform, but like we just researched around and then we just tried different platforms. And then like the first day of switching, we called within like the first 5 calls, we both got a bunch of owners, like 3 out of 5 owners, which is not that good, but it's not bad either. It's just like calling 5 random local businesses. But we did get the owner on the phone and we both did schedule a meeting. So in that time frame, we were like halfway med spa, halfway solar. And so I booked a solar call and he booked a med spa call. And so the next day we actually had our first sales call. I think for the first time it was okay, but we didn't have that experience and we weren't able to close. And then the med spa person that my partner ended up booking, she did not show up. So that gave us kind of like a feel of what no shows felt like and how that's like a problem we're going to encounter and how we should be able to try to fix that, So after that, we kept outreaching. We got like 2 more meetings booked that month. I think one of them just stopped responding to our emails. Yeah, and another one just straight up no-showed again. So we thought that it's starting to become a huge problem, And then I did see this one influencer who said, try funny emails like on the 3rd outreach after following up with them so many times. So that's what I decided to do. And then we did get that one med spa person to actually show up to a meeting, but then they were just like gatekeeping. It was really hard to close, especially since we didn't have any past clients, and that's just mainly what they were all interested in. And so, it's been a month in. New Year's is closing. We haven't really gotten too much. Like we're getting experience more with sales calls and outreach, but like quite frankly, we haven't gotten anywhere as closing a client and stuff like that. But 0 to 1 is always the hardest. So winter break comes around. We have 2 weeks. We decided we were gonna keep outreaching for a little bit more, but then like around that New Year's time, we decided that not too many local businesses were gonna be happy with like getting cold calls and stuff like that. So kind of just took a break. I don't think that was too wise on us. We should have just kept going on with more outreach. Volume is key and stuff. But what happened was one of our friends from school, he actually wanted to join our agency, and so we brought him along. He was a fast learner, and so we didn't initially want to partner up with him, but he did show that he was dedicated and he really wanted this to work, because in the end we don't all want to like just grow up, retire in our 60s. That's kind of the main purpose of doing all this. I do want to enjoy my childhood and all that, but like so far I haven't found something that I'm really invested in and that I want to put all my time towards. And now I do. This is something I've actually found really interesting, and just building something from the bottom up is just such a great experience. And so that's why I would recommend everyone to do that. But so now we're closing in on our second month, right? And so we have gotten a lot more progress than month number 1. So in terms of outreach, right? So we mixed around with like cold emails, cold calling, cold messaging. Cold messaging has done a little bit for us from Instagram and Facebook, mainly Instagram, but cold emailing so far has not been able to show results, mainly because we just don't have that volume. Maybe it might be our copy or personalization, but it's just not something that's proving to be working out too much. And so, Christmas, I'm ordering all these books. I gotta get into the habit of reading faster, or dedicating more time to read them. But we did book, I think we're 3 calls in now in the month. And so the first one I was able to close, but they were more interested in just buying the leads from us other than just like hiring us as a lead gen agency. So we did talk to a contractor and all that, but we did kind of fumble on this client just because like the moment we sent over our contract, they just took a look at it like, this guy, he's serious. He's doing like 3 million in solar sales, and it's crazy. And so he just thought our contract didn't look professional at all, like whatsoever. And then everything was just really sketchy. So we just fumbled that client so hard. But lesson learned. We gotta brief over these things a little more. But second client, right? Right now, I think I closed him last week, but we kind of decided to take a different approach. Like, so one of us was gonna keep cold calling businesses and then ask just for market research, so then we can kind of build our offer. That's where we were doing mainly last week. And then one of us was trying to just book sales call, and then one of us was calling to kind of sell on Google review campaigns first, like where we contact all of their past clients and then we get them more reviews and boost their organic traffic. And then we would try to upsell them later in the month. That was kind of the plan. And so one of these review clients I closed, and I did send a contract over to get everything ready, but he's currently on vacation in somewhere like Mexico, I think. So I'm just waiting on that. That is going to be like a first $200, and so that's going to be somewhat one of our first taste of money. But then so and then the third sales call we've booked for our agency this month was actually for lead gen, right? And so the newest partner, Devin, so he booked the appointment. He was able to close, and like everything was just really smooth. This guy was really chill. He just started his solar company, so we gotta do good for him. So we did close on a trial for a month, so we just need to work out service delivery, learn Facebook ads a little better, and then kind of start with the onboarding process, which we did kind of. There's like a slight problem because during the onboarding process, it was our first time and we didn't know that when setting up like a Facebook ad manager, it would have like a slight cooldown. So that kind of put a learning curve on our onboarding process. But we're improving so far. Like, we should be like scaling on our volume and outreach a lot better. So just so we can get this repetition of sales calls and booking them, closing them, and then we can worry about the service delivery and fulfillment. But then again, our entire offer is kind of based on like 30-day trial, showing them that we can actually help them, and then they continue to work with us. That's kind of where we're based. But I think something that we did pretty well was kind of just switching our approach, because like I started with cold messaging and cold calling, but like just copying everyone else's. And so when you kind of just make it more personalized and human for them, it's a lot easier for them to get on a quick 10 to 15 minute call with you. And so taking an indirect approach and kind of dropping that sales vibe, with your potential client, it's just a lot easier to help book a meeting. So yeah, that's kind of where we are at the moment. We did like test a little with the software Go High Level, and so that's something I might want to be looking forward to doing. I will also create a Discord community, just like I'm documenting my journey, and if anyone wants to get in contact on Discord, you can join the link here somewhere. You deserve it for watching all the way through this boring video. But I'm also, like I said, I was a graphic designer, right? So I'm kind of leveraging my skills to just get to know a lot of people in the SMMA space better, like these smaller YouTubers like Chris. He's been a huge help to me. I recommend you guys go watch his channel. He also provides a lot of value. And then I've actually won the Joel Kaplan thumbnail editing contest, so that might pay off in the future. Getting to know such a great SMMA guru or role model. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of today's video. But you should look forward to more videos from me, just not too much, because I'm still gonna focus on this agency more. But I think it's also important to start the personal branding thing. So yeah, have a good one.